Oh, there we go. I think I have it all set up now.
Okay. What's up?
So how you been?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm glad to hear that. I wanted to see if you by chance knew could help me out with a few things. I was trying to figure out. So, when did you move up north? So from Tampa to Georgia?
Tampa to Georgia.
Yeah, because I think Grandma went up there first, right?
I believe so. Yeah. I'll have I'll have to look it up and see what I can run.
Well, do you know why she moved up north first?
Well, she got married.
Grandma got married.
She, my mother, Lois Howard.
Right, but she was in Tampa and then moved up to Georgia. You're saying she moved up to Georgia because she was married?
At what time are you talking about?
So remember you had moved down to Tampa. You and grandma had a house in Tampa
Yeah.
on Hiawatha Street or West Hiawatha.
Yeah.
And then after that, you all moved to Georgia, to Karen's.
Well, I don't know about that. Let me think. I'm going to have to do some thinking.
Okay. Well, I guess let's try this out. I'll tell you what I remember, and maybe you can kind of play it
Okay.
off from what I recall. Okay,
Yep.
let's
Go
see
ahead.
if that helps. So you were, I want to say you were probably down in Tampa from 2007 or 2008 through at least 2012, but I think you probably moved to Karen's sometime either sometime I'm guessing around 2013 or 2014.
Hmm. Okay.
And from what I recall, there were some issues going down in Tampa, and I don't know if it was regarding grandma's health or she didn't feel comfortable with the housing for safety or something was going on that motivated her to go to Georgia, and it may have been that, or it may have just been simply that she wanted to have a change of where
She
she was living.
wanted she wanted family.
Right, which
Yeah.
I know she in the past was doing a lot of frequent, what's the word? Not hopping around, but I guess migrating from one house to another.
Hmm.
And I guess was she was visiting, one person then another, and that's I suppose what was going on. But she was in Tampa for a long time, and then she suddenly kind of picked everything up and then moved up to Karen's.
I suppose. Yeah.
Right.
Because Aaron would have more distance in the house. You know,
Distance for what?
to uh, distance is not the right word. She was staying with Karen, I think.
Right, because she was on the first floor. Karen, I think, was with Chuck on the second floor.
Uh-huh.
And I know Grandma had her bedroom. She had like a was she went into like Chinese or Asian pottery or ceramics, or was that more of Karen's hobby?
I don't know. I can't.
Because I know Nina had somehow was gifted was a Chinese box, was a wooden box that had Chinese figures, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That was in Grandma's bedroom at one point, but then I don't recall what happened then. And then Grandma had her own bathroom and a few other things, but something happened, I guess, in the late after 2012, where
Mm-hmm.
she moved out, and it was sort of sudden. And then I think within a year or so, you had dropped everything and then moved up to Karen's as well. And I was trying to see maybe you remember what caused that to happen.
I can't. can't. I'm not sure. I guess
Well, maybe it was involving payments for the house. Were you having any issues with mortgage?
I don't think so. I don't know. We're going to have to get together and make as a family, a judgment what that was.
Well, from what I recalled, I think what happened was you and grandma had made a decision to try to buy a house in Tampa. And I think this was because you would be close to Bobby, and something was going on Bobby's end, which caused him to, I guess, be more or less financially successful.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you were trying to work with him or what exactly occurred, but I, from my understanding, something in that era or
Uh-huh.
with one of his projects didn't work out as planned. And
What I would suggest is you try to create an agenda of when, where, how, that kind of stuff.
right, I am working on something like that.
Yeah.
Well,
And
how about this? Do you know when you moved to Karen's?
move to where?
So where is Karen right now? In Johns Creek, or is she in Alpharetta, or where is she exactly? I think she's in Johns Creek.
Karen's at her Johns Creek, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's probably where she's at. But when, because I'm trying to think, what do you know what year you moved in to her place? And you were in the bedroom up in the second floor upstairs?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to think about that. I might have. I don't know if I moved in. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some thinking.
Well, do you know when Grandma moved out of Karen's and into? Well, Grandma was in two different places. She was in Ivy Hall, and then she was in that place of Betty. I don't remember the name of that facility.
Well, I don't know either, but that's tricky.
Well, where you met Sally. You don't remember that building where you met Sally?
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to think it out and see what information is consistent. I'm not sure.
So you don't remember when you moved to Karen or when Grandma moved out of Karen?
Yeah, we're gonna have to spread them out, and try to what we can do and can't do, and just try to make some judgments if it's okay. Because I'm a little fuzzy on these dates.
Yeah, because well, here's my concern: is Sally's saying you're having issues with short-term memory, and it looks like you're having issues with long-term memory as well.
Well, yeah, I don't remember what I used to, so I'll have to.
Well,
let me think about it some.
okay. Well, let me see if I can get you here then. So
wait a minute, I'm not moving just anywhere.
no, I'm not talking about moving. I'm talking about seeing if you can remember something here. So I was given two different stories in regards to Grandma. I heard one story was that Grandma was having mobility issues, and her mobility at one point was declining at a sort of a accelerated pace. Was she having issues with neuropathy?
I think she was her mobility was becoming weaker.
Right. When did she start having issues with her mobility?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look.
Well, around about. Do you know when?
No, I really don't. I can't help you with that.
Okay.
Because I'm just going to have to look at and see if I have something that will help you, but I don't know.
Okay. Do you know if was Karen having any issues regarding housing? Like,
I don't know. She had her house.
right, but was she sort of, I guess, at one point may have been, I don't know if it was her or maybe Chuck or maybe another party, or rather somebody was being pushy regarding who was staying in the house and who was not?
Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't work on that stuff that way, but we can see.
Right. Well, I understand that you weren't involved in that, but I'm asking, do you know if Karen or Chuck or maybe somebody else was kind of controlling or managing who was residing in the house at that point?
Well, Chuck should remember.
Well, I'm just asking if you know.
Not much, because once I got away, and it's difficult for me to dig it out.
Okay. Well, let's try this because I know
you have to look into who is where when.
Well, here's what kind of gave you a timeline here. So I suspect what happened was you were in Tampa probably for maybe another year, maybe possibly another 2 years after Grandma had moved up to Karen's. I suspect it probably was a year, and then something occurred that caused you to, I guess, default on the mortgage of that house.
Which house?
The one in Tampa.
Oh.
The one on Hiawatha or West Hiawatha Street.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was the house I had. I'm going down to my car. Okay.
Well, so when you moved, did Karen select that bedroom, or were you kind of asked, like, how did you get that specific bedroom that was on the second floor? Did Karen say you can have this one, or how did that work out?
I'm gonna have to look and talk with Karen and see if we can get it straight.
Okay. Were you paying at all any rent while you were at Karen's?
I can't remember.
Okay.
It's just that fuzzy.
Okay. Well,
but, Karen's the one you can.
Okay. Well, how about this? Were you doing any work while you were at Karen's?
Well, yeah, some. I had to make a living.
What kind of work were you doing?
Hell, I don't remember. I was in. I don't know.
Okay, because the only thing that I remember from when you were at Aunt Karen's was maybe two different things. One was you were trying to set up a company called Memories into Media. And you had discussed with me that this company would essentially provide a service of documenting family history. Rather, it could be through interviews, video interviews, or whatever format.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, and that you were also at the same time providing, I believe, products such as maybe family history books or writing or composing some sort of family literature for people. And I don't know if you ever had any clients or any person interested in that.
I don't remember us getting a lot of money anyway. So it was really more writing the history.
Right. Did anybody ever? Did you have any clients for that?
Not much, if any.
Because I don't recall you having any clients unless there's something you know.
That's what I'm thinking. I was getting busy and I just didn't have time to do anything.
Right. Do you know what you were busy with?
Probably my dissertation or something. I have to look at it. I'm going to have to find out. That, excuse me. I just don't know.
Okay,
So
because
the best thing would be talk to Bobby, see if he can remember anything.
well, I can certainly ask him, but I don't think he was involved at all during that time.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Now, eventually, there became a switch where I don't think you were really working, and I think you were living off of a set balance where you had like a pension, and what you were preoccupying yourself with at that time, which is kind of right before
Uh-huh.
2016, was you're actively, taking care of grandma.
Yeah. Okay.
And um,
Yeah, that
sh-
makes sense.
right. And you were busy with her, and I think at one point what had occurred was grandma was starting to run low on funds to pay for the rent of where she
Uh-huh.
was staying at with Betty. And then eventually she was moved to Ivy Hall,
Uh-huh.
um, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And she was in Ivy Hall for a very short amount of time before she started having um, her strokes.
Yeah.
And after grandma had passed away, that's where it kind of gets fuzzy because I think you were at Karen's for a little bit, and eventually Karen had, from my understanding, um, had asked for you to leave the house, and you had moved in with Sally at that point.
Okay. I don't. I don't remember. But
Well, this would have
but
been about 7 years ago.
maybe maybe Sally will remember. But I'm that's fuzzy for me.
Okay. Well, let's try then. Let's try post Karen. So eventually you moved in. Do you know what year you moved in with Sally?
No, I have to look it up. I'm pitiful. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, where did Sally stay at? Was it Brazelton or Lawrenceville, or I don't remember where her house was.
Uh, that would be a little sensitive in the timing. You you should probably uh, look share it with her and see if you guys can pull it together.
Pull what together?
You
I'm just asking where her house was, like what neighborhood or what city.
yeah, I don't. What I remember is down in Tampa, but I don't know.
What do you remember from Tampa?
Well, that's I just remember that they were. I don't know, but see if Sally can remember anything if she's willing to do it.
Okay. Well, how about this? How long were you? Because I know when you moved in to Sally's, you
Uh-huh.
initially still had your driver's license, you had your car,
Uh-huh.
but there became this gradual decline where you were kind of letting go of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't recall. Do you remember when you had decided to sell your car? And because I think what happened is you first decided to not
Yeah.
renew your license, and then you had let go of your Toyota.
Uh-huh. I know. You would be better.
Well, can you tell me what you know or what you remember about that time?
Well, I remember I was having memory details that I don't know, and it would be better for you to chat with, to ask a particular piece of information. That it would be easier and not so annoying, and all how that works.
Well, how about this? How long did you stay at Sally's house? Do you know how many years?
No, I can't remember that stuff.
Okay. Were you doing any sort of work when you were with Sally at her house?
Not a whole lot. I No, I don't think so. See if Sally later on, not now, but see if she can help you put pieces together and don't be too annoying.
Okay. Well, how about this? When did you all move into when? Well, how did you all come to the decision of her selling her house and then you two moving into Arbor Terrace?
Best talk to Sally.
Do you remember anything regarding when that was and how that happened?
not not particularly well, but Sally probably can.
Okay. Do you know when you moved to Arbor Terrace?
No, not at the moment. It's been in the last 2 years, I guess, right?
Well, I'm just checking with you. I just wanted to see if maybe you knew when.
Well, I don't know. Give me let me look around a little bit and see if I can pull some of that.
Okay. All right. Well,
And I'm kind of needing to go to sleep and talk to Sally, and if she's amenable to it, then you know, ask her a couple of questions and just see what she can say or do.
okay. All right. Well, at least I was able to kind of gauge where you're at right now.
Yeah, I'm not doing it very well for you, but you know, if perhaps you can get her to remember something or.
Okay. Well, no, I was just trying to see if what you were able to recall. So I guess what we'll try to figure out now is two things. One, I believe towards the end of February is when you're going to be transferred to the memory care division. I might be wrong, but I'll find out later this month.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it is, but we'll see.
Right. We'll see how you do staying there. If
Okay.
that is something that is long term or short term, I'm not sure. That hasn't been communicated with me, but um, there is a possibility if I can get more information from Bobby and set something out or get more details probably from Arbitraris regarding what the scheduling is, what the whole operation's going to be. It's
supposed to be within this month, I think.
Right. Well, here's what my main concern is. One, is Bobby going to be continuously providing funding and funds or finances for you staying in that division versus what you are currently at?
Yeah.
That's my first concern.
I'll find out if I can.
Right. If he is, and that's all, going to be fine and dandy, then I'll explore what will be the next step from there.
Okay.
If he is not going to be providing finances and you revert back to, well, actually, either way, I may possibly in the future look to see what other opportunities are out there.
Okay. All right.
Because there's still a possible, but it's not confirmed yet, a possible resource that in Charlotte that may be available, but it's not confirmed yet. But this would be something way into the future.
Was this in the helping our family, or
this would be both helping family and then helping you, but this is something in the future, not anytime soon, and I would have to find it's still in a brainstorming phase.
Okay.
Right. Because one would need to get approval from one housing complex here if they give approval. If they do give approval, then it's going to have to, a conversation with Bobby and what the timeline in that looks like, and seeing how everything gets set up. But
Okay.
that's again way into the future. And if I had to guess, this would be, if it even becomes available, this probably would be something like later into the spring or into the summer, if even
I,
that.
I would I would say that you would want to keep that information, you know, helpful with you,
Right.
and then pass, make, help the other people to understand what's going on, and you'll get more support, I think.
Yes. And that's why I'm trying to set up a communication right now with Bobby, but unfortunately that's been impossible. And
Yeah.
Bill's outside the country until probably mid-February, so I can't get in
So
touch with him.
where's Bobby?
Bobby, I think, is somewhere in Florida, but he doesn't answer any of his phones when you call him. There's only one phone number that he will occasionally respond with a text message. And
Yeah.
one time I was able to get um, some funding regarding an application for housing, and that only
Uh-huh.
occurred once.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I guess my suggestion would be don't push him.
well, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to push Bobby. I would
Yeah.
rather have a formal conversation and discuss, what the plan is.
Uh-huh.
But I
That's
don't
good.
have Bobby's email. I'll have to do some digging to see if I can find his email.
Okay. I don't
And
have either. But so anyway, I'm keeping everybody up, so I'm going to have to hang it up. Okay.
all right, well, I'll talk to you later then.
All right. Thanks.
All right, you have a good evening then.
Yeah.
All right, take care. Oh man, so unfortunately, based on the last few live streams, the last few days of me trying to have a conversation with him, it seems that he doesn't recall or remember anything. His memory is crap. The lady he's living with says his short term memory is crap, and based on my interviews the last few days, his long term memory is crap as well. So, because we have confirmation of that based on all the interviews, he doesn't remember anything, and even trying to prod at it by spoon feeding him essentially information, right? Um, I would think that at this point we just go down, what's in the future pathway, which means that probably I'll get confirmation that he's moved into the memory care unit, and I think that's probably going to be without any issues. Um, if that somehow goes south, which it could, then I'll talk with a few different people and see what other options are there. And I think regardless, we'll still look into possibly getting him a place here in Charlotte later down the line. But there's a lot of stuff that needs to be researched prior to doing that. So, yeah, I guess we'll see what happens there. But yeah, guys, well, thank you all so much for watching today's live stream. If you have not already, make sure to subscribe to Thigh Company. We are over 1,400 subscribers now, which is an amazing goal that we achieved. But we're trying to get to over 1,500 subscribers by the end of February, and we are on a good track right now. So if you have not already, make sure to subscribe, like this video, give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below what you would like to see for future live streams. Maybe you have a recommendation for a topic for me to cover, or maybe you have any questions regarding maybe family stories, or maybe you want for me to cover another story, like a story about a friend, or a work story, or something else. But yeah, so make sure to subscribe, like this video, and comment down below what you would like to see for future videos and episodes. This has been Thigh Company, and thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful rest of February. Stay tuned for the next live stream. Stay safe, guys, and have fun.